WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American over here in Germany, often reviewing rare and exotic whiskeys. This is not that rare, that exotic, but it is different. Raasay, special release, Cask Strength, 2024 edition. 61.3% ABV, 8,400 bottles of this in the 700 milliliter version. And they use their standard rye, Chinkapin, and red wine combination of peated and unpeated barley. So over here in Germany, we're paying about 65, 69 euros. In the UK, it's 65 pounds for this. And I think the bottle is beautiful. This is actually my second review of a Raasay whiskey on my channel in English. In German, it's only my third. I did do in German a single cask blind tasting where we had the 3 unpeated rye, Chinkapin, red wine, and the 3 peated rye, Chinkapin, red wine, and we tasted them all individually. It was very easy to identify what's what. All right, so this is Whiskybase 251746, and I must admit that the 61.3% ABV is a little hot for me. What am I going to compare it with? I have over here one of those individual single barrels. This was gifted to me at a whiskey fair. It says here, unpeated 30-liter oak cask. So an unpeated spirit matured in a bespoke 30-liter oak cask. And it's a single cask number 19, so the year 2019. Barrel number 95, and it says here Thomas David Joseph. So every drop of spirit is distilled, matured, and bottled on the Isle of Raasay. Population 161. I think it's a little hard to believe that after we now have a distillery, we have more people working there, that the population has stayed the same for the last 5 years. They opened up in September 14th, 2017. Let's see, I got my story right here. And so it was on the 14th December 2017. And you look at the team that they have there. They have a lot of people that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they have 18 different people basically working there. And so the population of 161 could have gone up. Who knows? All right, very, very good. So 65 pounds, 65 euros for this is not bad. I have no idea what this was. This was, I think, we would say a private cask, basically, and I think this is wonderful. This is the best Raasay I've ever tasted. So thank you very much for gifting this to me here from the community. Even though the color, you notice, is darker. We have more red wine. We have more Chinkapin here. It might have just been a rye cask. It might just be a cask they can't put because if you look at this, it has the dots on there. And that's usually the word they use here for the rye casks. If I can put this in front of the screen here, in front of the camera, you see the dots are going to be the rye. You see the lines are going to be the Chinkapin, and you see the X's are going to be more along the lines of the Bordeaux red wines. So, good. All right, so as I said, 61.3% is a little bit too hot for me. On the nose, I get an earthy, they use Highland peat, an earthy type of peat. Not ashy, not bacony, not smoked as in smoked bacon, but more of a earthy type of. I'm thinking, all right, so leaves burning in the fall, which can be beautiful. It can be nasty when other people put in a little bit of plastic as well, or a tire for that matter. But this has that fall leaf dunnage moment. Now, there's basically a little problem I have with Raasay. I have 2 big problems with Raasay. First, I'm not a peat head, and most of the products, except for the single casks, are at least lightly peated. We're talking along the lines of Taliska, Ben Romach, Highland Park, along those lines in Raasay. The second thing is there are basically 3 types of cask I'm not partial to. Guess which 3? red wine casks, Chinkapin casks, and rye casks. I mean, if you're going to make a whiskey that is absolutely the opposite of what I would like, it's probably going to be Raasay. Now, the Alasdair, Day, great guy, great people on the team. Every time I'm at a fair and they're there as well, I thoroughly enjoy what they're doing, how they're doing it, and yet I'm much, much more of a fan of their unpeated product, which is not their core range. So they want to make whiskey like it used to be made, and apparently I'm not compatible with what it was used to be made like. So I understand the red wine as part of that old style. Chinkapin, I really don't understand. And rye, I really, really don't understand. What's old style about X rye? We didn't have much rye barrels going over to Scotland ever until the last 5 or 8 years now. So Chinkapin is not something we've used either, except for the last 10 years. And so it's like, well, but the flavor profile they get here. I'm going to nip very, 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 very briefly, and then I'm going to add water because, as I said, this is for me with a 61.3% just too strong. There's just a little bit too much heat there. I do get an ashy, earthy peat moment going on there. Highland peat is so different from Isle of peat, which is so different from other areas of peat. There's a book called Whiskey and Peat, if you can buy it. It's a paperback for me. I read through it. A lot of great information in there. Very, very well done. Good stuff. Let's try it with the water. I need water in my Cask Strength here, and I like it that they did it 61.3% because there's no one out there who's going to go, well, it's 52 and I'm just going to drink it the way it is. Now it's 61.3 and most people aren't going to go like, okay, I'm just going to drink it the way it is and suffer. Most people are going to put a little bit of water in here like I just did and bring it down like 53, 55% and enjoy it. So much better. Without water, just too much for me. C minus. With water, C plus. A lot of citrus, a little bit of red berries, a little bit of tart red berries. I do imagine I'm getting the Chinkapin wood as well, which I know from Bumbags, from Shanks, from Michters and so on, from Glenallachie. Never been a great fan of it. Still not today. I can't find the rye. Sorry, I just can't find that. I do like the price of this, £65, 65 euros basically for the same thing. This is a solid C whiskey. Now, if I go to Clydeside and go for their small batch release, which was Cask Strength as well, I get a price of, over here in Germany, €66.90. If I go over to Kingsbarn and take a look at their single cask or Cask Strength editions I've had, I'm at €69.75. If I take a look at Lindor's Abbey, I've had a few of their single cask Cask Strength editions, 70 to 80 euros. Annandale, everything they do is Cask Strength. I don't think I've seen a single edition under 65 euros yet from Annandale. This is the price that is being paid. This is the price that is being asked from these new distilleries at their Cask Strength editions, and almost always without an age statement at the moment. All right, don't forget, they started 2017. The oldest whiskey is 6 years. In October, it could be 7. Most people are gonna wait until they can put an 8 on it to put an age statement. I think this is absolutely priced as it should be. Now, some people out there have tried Raasay when it was very, very young, just over 3 years. I think they might have put it out a little too early for a few people. They've been turned off by it, especially like you have your inaugural release and, oh, yeah. My wife still has the bottle of the inaugural release. She really likes this bottle design, molded after the stones and the surface of the of Raasay there, of the ground. Yeah, I was still young. I don't get the youth in this with the water added. Without the water, it is still has a bite of the youth in there. Um, yeah, just go over here real quick. Other people have never tried Raasay and they want to try something that has a little bit more power. This would be your thing. So if you were turned off at the beginning, try before you buy. Yeah, try to find a sample. Try to find at a whiskey fair. Go to the booth. Go to the booth. If Alistair is behind the Alistair Day is behind the booth, say hi from WhiskyJason. And Jason mentioned I might be able to try something for free, maybe 1 CL. You might get lucky. Try your luck there, all right? So we'll see if my influence has that much of a reach as I hope it does. This is valid only in Germany, not all over the world. All right, sorry. So, wow, this is the best Raasay I've had so far. I get lemon custard. I get light honey. Get the barley sugars. I get the vanilla. Ooh, that is really nice. Now, if they could just make more of the unpeated for WhiskyJason, I would be so happy. But hey, they're making lightly peated whiskey most of the time. It says here, lightly peated. Hebridean single malt Scotch whiskey. Special release 2024 edition, Cask Strength. I could find the 2022 online. I could not find the 2023. Was there a 2023 Cask Strength release? White grapes, a little bit of gooseberries. A little bit of tropical fruits going on in there. Very light, very nice, very good. Wow, I want more of that. That's a B in my book. This is a C plus with water and solid value for money, C. What is your favorite Raasay product so far? Or if I can ask something else, what is your favorite Cask Strength edition of the new kids on the block? I named a few of them: Annandale, Lindor's Abbey, King's Barn, I think I forgot to mention, Clydeside. What Raasay here, what new kids on the block Cask Strength edition have you had that you can really, really recommend? Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for liking. Thank you very much for making this Raasay. And maybe one day I'll make it over to the island and actually see the distillery, film a little bit, and hope that other people learn how much excitement is happening there. All the best, WhiskyJason. Bye-bye.